Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Just a quick announcement to go ahead and follow me on patreon.com/bow-and-arrow-tarot to be part of the draw for the Dreams of Gaio Tarot deck giveaway. This deck is going to be given away on August 15th by a random draw of all of my patrons over on Patreon. And all I ask for is just $1 a month donation from you all on that site to help me be able to get more of these tarot decks and oracle decks and do more unboxings and reviews and giveaways. All right. But for right now, thank you so much, and on to the video. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Bow and Arrow Tarot. Today we are going to be doing your soulmate reading for the sign of Virgo. This is a divine masculine, divine feminine, right? Look into your relationship, into your relationship with your divine soulmate, your divine feminine soulmate, or your divine masculine soulmate. This is for those of you who are with your person, okay? So I'm going to be doing another series of videos for those of you who are calling in your soulmate. But today we're going to look at the relationship forecast or outlook for the next week for you Virgos who are with your person, with someone that you consider to be your soulmate, and what the outcome is or what you're looking forward to this week in that relationship. Virgo, we're going to pull out 2 cards for you, your person. You could resonate with either or both of the cards. We're upside down. We have soulmate. Perfect. So this is your soulmate. Some of you are getting affirmations this week that this is indeed your soulmate. Keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from the usual type of person that you're dating or that you date. You have a honeymoon coming up. Alright, so some of you have a trip planned away with your soulmate or your person. It's beautiful, right? So let's see. We won't know what is all involved with this reading until we pull out your 7 cards. 1 for your relationship this week, and 3 for your person, 3 for you. Gonna look at what the outlook is for you this week, what the energies are, what the communication might be like. Now I've also released the weekly readings for each of the signs. You can check those out on my channel or my videos page as well. And in that reading is more general readings on love and relationships, and I pull several spreads to look at several different possible stories that you may be resonating with. But in this video, of course, we're now going to be looking at those of you who are with your soulmate. All right, so let's get right into it. All right, straight out we have Knight of Pentacles. All right, so some of you have you're either moving towards an opportunity, or you have somebody coming in, bringing in an opportunity for more abundance. Some of you may be embodying a Knight of Pentacles in that you are pursuing your opportunities, you're pursuing a particular option with regard to your finance or career. We have 8 of Pentacles coming out for your person. We have the Chariot, which is how your person sees you. And then we have the the Page of Pentacles, which is how your person sees the relationship. So right now we're dealing with a lot of money and financial issues, right? Then we have for you the Emperor coming out, and that's how you see yourself. Let's move these cards up a bit. All right, and how you see your person is 5 of Swords. A little bit of a power struggle there, right? Could be about the finances. And then we have 7 of Wands, which is how you see the relationship. All right, so bottom of the deck, we've got Justice, Quite interestingly enough, so justice could indicate that you or your partner are waiting for documents or agreements to come in. It makes sense for justice to be at the bottom of the card with so many pentacle cards because it can indicate paperwork, structuring of businesses and things like that. Documents, official documents, and things like that, waiting for official decisions, official agreements, etc., etc. That's all in the realm of justice. As well as just justice is a card for the balancing of the books, right? When we balance the books, when we get karma that is paid out to us, right? It's kind of owed to us sometimes, like the good karma. It's very different than judgment. Justice is certainly about balancing karmic debt sometimes, having situations come out in your favor, fairness, balance being restored to a situation that is out of balance, okay? But, so in this case, yeah, it could be documents, but also it could be that kind of redress, that rebalancing. Like I said, let's get right into your reading. Knight of Pentacles indicates that, yeah, this week is all about an opportunity either coming in or you moving towards an opportunity. It could be as a whole, as a couple, or it could just be you that's doing it. I want to say that this is more an opportunity that's affecting you as a couple, because we're looking at this reading as a divine masculine, divine feminine, the relationship between the two this week. And so I think that on your plate this week is something that you're both considering. A new opportunity might be coming in for you as a couple, right? An opportunity for abundance. Now, when I say an opportunity for abundance as a couple, it just means that circumstances, right? Perhaps circumstances coming in, certain opportunities are coming in that if you and your soulmate kind of take advantage of them, will come in your favor and will maybe offer you a new or an increased sense of abundance, right? So we have right away coming out, we have 8 of Pentacles for your person. So your person is really like being very disciplined right now. They're being very hardworking. 8 is the number for boundaries and restrictions, discipline, strengths and weaknesses, but certainly boundaries and restrictions. And in this case, your person is restricting themselves. They're being very disciplined. They could be a workaholic. Some of you, your soulmate may just be a workaholic, and one of the reasons why you need to keep an open mind is that you're just not used to being with someone like that. It could be that if this is a new relationship, if you've just met your soulmate, if you haven't been with them for very long, right? You're just kind of getting used to them being like that. But in any case, even if you've been with your soulmate for quite some time, right now, this is the energy that they're embodying. They're embodying certainly an energy of working really hard and being very, very disciplined. They feel like they're on a mission in a way, right? I think that they feel very much like they're on a mission. It could be the desire to make enough money so that you guys can get a honeymoon or go away or have a trip, right? And so I feel like that may be part of this desire to increase the abundance. It could be that you two just, generally right now maybe not have enough to do all of the things that you want to do. Now you're coming into the reading as Emperor energy, which is Aries energy. It's leadership, it's taking charge, right? It's stability though as well. And I think that right now you may be feeling kind of like the one who's the leader in the relationship, like who's the dominant one. You may be feeling like you have to make a lot of like decision making. It could be that while your person is off working, you're feeling like you're kind of left to take care of everything else, right? This is if you guys are living together or if you're together in a household. Not everybody lives with their soulmate, right? But it's almost this feeling of like you're holding it down. For some of you, your soulmate might be working out of the home. They might be overseas or in another city. They may be, because of the nature of their work, they may have to travel a lot and not be home a lot. All right, and so Virgo, some of you are feeling very much like you're having to be left behind to kind of maintain everything, stabilize everything, keep everything stable, and keep the bills paid, keep everything chugging along, right? As your person is kind of working along. Now they see you as 7, which is the Chariot. It's quite interesting. They see in you a journey to their goal. So it's interesting when certain cards like this come out to represent someone's feelings for you, because it indicates that someone's feelings for you are very closely tied into their own ambition for themselves. Right, and so your soulmate sees you very much as an integral part of their journey to find what they are looking for, a journey towards their ambitions in life, their desires, their goals, right? The things that they want to do. They see you as very much a part of the vehicle to get there. They see you as part and parcel of what it takes for them to get there. And so to see you and identify you with the Chariot is it's really lovely. It's beautiful energy, but it's certainly energy that this person feels like you are their soulmate. So this is kind of reaffirmation. Maybe some of you Virgos are with people, you're involved with someone and you feel one way, you're not quite sure if they feel the same way with you. If your person resonates, you resonate with this reading, your person very much feels like they are on an adventure with you, but they feel like they are certainly working towards everything that they've always wanted in life. They're on that path that they always wanted, and they feel like you're a very important part of that. Now, interestingly enough, you see them and you have 5 of Swords, and it could be that most recently maybe you guys have been bickering or something. There's been a bit of a power struggle from your point of view, Virgo. You see them as kind of being someone who wins at all costs, right? 5 of Swords is a hollow victory card. It's the card for someone who will do anything to win, which makes their victories hollow, right? They'll cheat, they'll lie. People leave, you see the other characters walking off in the card. They're walking off in disgust. It's not even so much that he's beaten them, but they've just walked off in disgust because they're like, oh God, you have no honor, you have no dignity, you didn't fight with honor. You won, yeah, but you didn't win fair and square, and you see your person this way. So it could be that you're quite irritated with them this week, Virgo. You're irritated with your person this week. You're irritated with your soulmate, and that's okay. It can happen, It can happen, and that's what I feel, because when we're talking about soulmate readings, we're not talking about, sometimes they can be very heavy and serious, right, about like getting together and breaking up. It almost seems that when you see readings, they always seem to always like either be all about, you're going to stay together, or you're going to leave, It's like, what about the nuances and the nuances of a relationship? You have ups and downs, and this week might be a down. And this reading is maybe here just to reaffirm to you that it's all right to be pissed off with your soulmate, but you're irritated with him, and this is how I'm feeling. This is coming across. This is not a 5 of Swords where you're disgusted with somebody and you feel like they're really a despicable, cheating person. This is this kind of disgusted you are with somebody when you're involved with them. You love them, you still love them, but the way they've been acting or something that they've done, you're just pissed off with them, and you just feel like cussing them out, And that's what I feel like. I feel like you just feel like you want to cuss your person out this week. They've irritated you. They've maybe done some things in ways that you really don't approve of, and you're like, really, did you have to go do that again? You screwed this up with this, and now we have to go do that, and you're just irritated, right? And your person, it's quite interesting. Your person sees you, they're really with their head in the work, and it could be that they don't even know how pissed off you are with them this week, but you'll let them know, Virgo. Page of Pentacles is coming out, and this is how your person sees the relationship. And this is quite interesting because Page of Pentacles energy is like, you know, they're the great solution finder. You know, they find solutions, they can fix things, they're there, you know, they're diligent. The Page of Pentacles is kind of like that practical little person. It's the first rung of the court cards for Pentacles, right? So it's the first stage of, you know, mastering the realm of the material. So in this stage of Page of Pentacles, you know, it's like the essence is understanding the need, you know, to fix things, how to come up with solutions to problems, how to think outside the box, right? How to manifest the material. How do you do that? You work, you plan. There's certain very tangible things that you have to do. And there's certain actions you have to put in place to make things happen, right? To bring things into the material world. And that's the first rung of the court card. So when we talk about Page of Pentacles representing a relationship for your person, it's quite interesting that they see this as a very, as you guys are just, you know, you're finding your feet. You know, you're finding your feet and you're finding your way in the world. And, you know, certainly with your careers, right? You're both you're in a space where you're just learning now how to, like, you know, go about making that money, go about working and saving. And it's like the beginning stages of accruing abundance for you guys, right? And your person sees that. I think they see and understand that you guys are kind of like just starting out in terms of building your wealth, right? Building your wealth as a couple, building your wealth as a family. You guys are just now starting that. You're just now getting new opportunities or learning how to take advantage of opportunities, right? I want to say that this could very well be an older couple, but a new relationship. Or I want to say this could very well be a younger couple, right? Like you found each other quite early on in life. If this is an older couple, then I wonder if you guys haven't probably been married before, and this is maybe your second marriage, and later on in life, and you guys have found each other. You're indeed each other's soulmate, but coming together has maybe caused you to start from scratch again. For some of you, you may have had to start all over again financially. You may have found each other at a time when you were starting all over again, or coming together has caused you to be forced to start all over again. If, for instance, you guys were married before and you divorced and came together or something like that. Whatever the case may be, this is a very kind of so whether you're an older couple or younger couple, it's like you guys as a whole, as a relationship, this is kind of like a new thing, and you're kind of an early thing, right? A young thing, I want to say. Not necessarily new, but young. You may have been together for a little while, but it's still a young relationship. You guys are very much still finding your feet financially in terms of like building your own kind of like happy home, you know, happy abundance coming in. It could be, I feel like some of you haven't had a honeymoon yet, and I think you want one, right? And I think that one of the reasons why you're working very hard is that you're working towards getting that honeymoon that you still haven't quite had. It's another reason why I feel like this might be a young relationship. Again, not that you're a young couple, but a young relationship in that you may have been together for a year or two. You may be married now after a year or two of being together, but your finances, you're a young couple, and so you still haven't had the money to get that honeymoon. And how do you see your person? Well, remember, not your person, your relationship this week. Remember, you're kind of irritated with them this week. You're kind of pissed off with them, Virgo. So, of course, you feel like the relationship, you're having to kind of battle, right? You're kind of having to battle to keep the relationship on the even keel. You know, Seven of Wands is having to stand your ground. And I feel like this is it. You know, I feel like you're a little bit irritated with them. And, you know, remember, 7 here, 7 major arcana. This is all, you guys are certainly moving towards a common goal and dream. But you're not always on the same page. So, yeah, you have to keep an open mind about different things that you're dealing with your soulmate. But also this week, I think you're going to be, you know, the Seven of Wands is going to translate in you kind of standing up for yourself and having these important conversations, talking to your person and being like, look, you know, you pissed me off this week, right? This is how you pissed me off, you know? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, you don't want to, you battle the world out there. You don't want to have to battle with your person. And I think that's what you realized this week, that it's important for you guys to kind of talk and communicate. Because you don't want to feel like you have to battle within the relationship, right? It could be that they haven't listened to you. They may not be listening to you about a certain like business idea or something to do with the money or the finances, and you are feeling extremely frustrated by that, right? And you feel like, no, you know, you're not doing it the right way. What you're doing is stupid, and you're gonna listen to me, you know. And so this week you have that conversation, all right? Just tread lightly, you know, in terms of don't be too harsh. Seven of Wands does indicate a feeling of coming right in quite harshly. And I think that's because you feel so harshly. Like you feel so, you know, the Seven of Wands gives as hard as it gets, right? And so I think, you know, just temper yourself a little bit and think about when you have this conversation with your person, because a lot of times we enter into conversations based on our perception of the other person. So sometimes we perceive the other person is angrier at us or more ignoring us more than they actually are. And then we respond to them not to how they are actually treating us, but to how we perceive them to be treating us, right? So we perceive them to be treating us in a harsher way than they actually are. We respond in a harsher way. And so you can really come off as, you know, that's the scenario when you finally talk to your person's like, yo, I didn't know you were this mad. Just calm down. Why didn't you tell me before? Well, a lot of times that happens because we've let things build up and build up. You know, we've let things fester in our minds, and oftentimes we're reacting to the scenario that we've played out in our heads, right, rather than a true scenario. So I'm just saying that because the Seven of Wands in this spread is coming across quite harshly. I know you're quite angry, some of you, right? This is what I'm feeling anyway, right? And this is the message. This message is not for you, then that's fine. You know, throw it away. Okay, take it as it resonates. This message will not be for all Virgos and their soulmates, right? But if this message is for you, then the message is simply this, you know, to have a conversation with your soulmate and understand that they're probably not feeling as harshly or as strongly or trying to irritate you as intentionally as you may think, all right? And you may find that out once you have this conversation with them this week. All right, my lovely Virgos, I'm going to pull out 3 cards to round off your reading. And this is going to be your final forecast look for this week with you and your divine masculine or divine feminine soulmate. We have 2 of Cups. Beautiful. 2 of Swords. Wow. And 8 of Cups. All right, so 2s is duality coming together though, right? 2 of Cups is love, relationship. This is a beautiful relationship. And 2 of Swords is confusion. And again, it could be that you've been quite irritated lately because you've been in that 2 of Swords mind. You know, and this 2 of Swords, it makes us believe that we have to make a choice between 2 scenarios, right? And oftentimes that choice is almost impossible to make. In fact, it is impossible to make, right? We are unable to make it. And we get very confused. We're like, well, what do I do now? You know, I just cannot choose. I cannot choose which option I like better, right? And so this could be something that's going on in your relationship, and it could be a major source of some of your frustration. But the wisdom of the 2 of Swords and the lesson here is to learn that it's not about making a choice. It's about balancing the 2. It's about balancing just enough of one or the other given the circumstances or the scenario. And in that way, the confusion completely dissipates. You're no longer confused, you're balanced. You have everything that you desire. You don't have to choose one over the other. The universe doesn't give us choices that are impossible. When we believe we have an impossible choice, then the lesson is to balance. Right? To find the balance. That's the lesson, you know. Find a bit of a way to have a bit of everything in a beautiful balance in your life. Okay? Now, so this is what I'm feeling for you this week, right? And I think this is going to come out in conversation. Two of Cups is quite self-explanatory. It's relationship that you have with your person, the love. I'm trying to get this glare out of the picture. Let me move back. There we go. All right. It's a beautiful card. You guys are in a relationship, so that means a give and take. Two of Cups talks about that. You know, it talks about love and understanding, but the truth of the Two of Cups is that duality, that realization that, you know, you're dealing with a person who's just like you. You're dealing with a person who reacts like you, right? So, you know, treat the person as you treat yourself in that way, right? Understand that there's going to be times where both of you don't always agree. You don't always like the same things. You don't always understand the same things the same way. Relationships are about love and relationships are a give and take, right? They're a balance, an ever-changing balance. So it's interesting that you have so many twos. Two of Cups, Two of Swords. And then you have Eight of Cups. And Eight of Cups talks about boundaries as well. Eight of Cups talks about putting in boundaries and restrictions, being disciplined. You have another eight. You have Eight of Pentacles in a reading, so that's a discipline in work. But Eight of Cups is a discipline in love, and it talks about putting a boundary in place to make sure that you get what you need out of a relationship, just as you give your partner what they need out of the relationship. But to have a good relationship, you have to set boundaries. You have to let somebody know what you're willing to take and not take, what you're willing to accept and not accept. You know, when you have boundaries, it leads you to places that are deeper, because you don't stop off earlier at the shallow end with somebody who's not willing to go deeper, you know, who's not willing to, who crosses all the boundaries, right? Instead, you know, you end up with individuals who are at least of a certain depth, right? Because they're willing to do what's necessary, right? They're willing to show and prove who they are. They don't cross the boundaries just because they feel like it, or because they're lazy, right? And so in that way, you then attract people who are stronger, who are willing and able, more importantly, able to take you to a deeper level of connection. And I think this is a conversation that you're going to have with your person as well, so you guys can come to a better understanding with each other. Again, this, I believe and feel very much that this is a young relationship. And so these conversations, of course, are natural. And they're natural in any relationship, but more so in this relationship, they're necessary. But you are certainly with your soulmate. If this message resonates with you, Virgo, you are certainly with your soulmate. You are with someone who believes you to be their soulmate as well. And you guys will eventually get that honeymoon, right? It's just a matter of working together, coming together, right? Truly having a balance between each other in communication and in desire, ambition, and forward action. All right, if this message resonated with you, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, share the video with other Virgos you may know may resonate with this message today. Check out the weeklies. My other weeklies are all up. They are more for general love and relationships across the board for each of the signs. There's several spreads that I do in the new weekly, so definitely check that out. Comment below. Let me know how you feel about this video, how you feel about some of the other videos, the new spreads, the new format of the weeklies, etc. But for right now, Libra, I'm just going to tell you I love you. Have a wonderful week, and I'll see you next week for the Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine Soulmate Love Check-In. Bye-bye.